Really, Bob Iger? $250 million? Are you out of your mind? It's insane. Do these people who... No, I don't want to say it. Let's just watch this.
Right. The Acolyte. The true cost has been revealed and confirmed. $250 million. $250 million for The Acolyte. No wonder they cancelled it so quick. Good lord.
Oh.
Wow.
Bob Iger, what the hell are you thinking? Seriously, tell me something, dear viewers. Make it make sense. What do you think of this? $250 million for Star Wars Acolyte? I have no idea.
Wow. That's crazy, hey? That is, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. This is before marketing and sort of tax credits and things. So this would have cost way more. They were advertising this everywhere. Do you remember? I remember going to the, movies. I watched a film or whatever. And it was being shown there. The Acolyte trailer was being shown there. They spent so much money on marketing this. $250 million. Mental. Absolutely mental. No wonder they cancelled it quick. Leslie the Forehead Headland. They were like, no, we're done. Let's get rid. Jesus. You know what I can't quite fathom, though? Where did it go? Where's that money?
How did they get those money? I mean, yes, they have investors and all that, but seriously, that's $250 million. It's that's like what? Seriously, $250 million is like you can own theme parks, maybe more, or real estate. I mean, seriously, $250 million is like the same amount of the video game industry. If a theme park, honestly, if the theme park cannot make back the money that Disney lose, I don't know, folks. I don't want to know what's going to happen. Trust me, $250 million, that's a lot of loss. Honestly, if it were me, I would be panicking. Seriously, $250 million given to these incompetent? Sorry, folks, I a bit short-circuited. Lost for words.
$1 billion, and it looked like the cheapest lump of crap you've ever seen in your life. It looked real cheap. Didn't look expensive. Didn't look $250 million worth. Holy shit. That's mad, isn't it? That is mad. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Okay, hit subscribe if you're new here. Do turn those bell notifications on. Stay tuned for all things pop culture, movie news, movie reviews. So yeah, as this says, so this is that Park Place. I'll leave this article link down below. They reported in September that the cost of the short-lived Disney Star Wars show, The Acolyte, had ballooned past $230 million, according to UK tax filings. Lots of people are like, what? How? Well, we know now. We now know. We've got it. It's confirmed. We know. So according to that Park Place's Jonas J. Campbell, who first broke the story on Disney's out-of-control Star Wars spending last year, the final figure before tax credits and without marketing was $254 million. What? And that's according to public tax filings. So in the UK, if you film in the UK, you can get up to, it was 24%, but I think they upped it to 25.4% of your production budget back, right? So it's a lot of money you can get back. But to do that, and to be in for the running of getting that money back, you have to file all of your taxes publicly. And that is one of the main reasons why Disney has started coming to the UK more. They're coming to the UK because they can recoup a quarter of their budget back before they've even, sent the movie out or the series out. So it's a way to minimize risk and then hopefully maximize profit. And hilariously, a lot of Disney productions for the last couple of years have quite literally, their margin of box office bomb has been adjusted and saved them some, not all, but marginally, just because of the tax credits. Mental. Actually mental stuff, I think.
Dude, even the dog doesn't like the show. Yeah, the dogs keep barking. I'm 100% certain that dog doesn't like Star Wars Acolyte. To my viewers from the UK, is it true what he said? That it was supposed to be 20%, now up to 25.4% on their tax something? If anyone knows about this, let me know in the comments. Well, yes, it could be a viable strategy for them to recoup their costs, but short term, yes, but long term, it won't work.
Crazy. So we had this tweet here from Jonas J. Campbell. It says, remember when Leslie Headland said Acolyte costs £170 million? So that's what it was. She was correct if you only count spending through September 2023
yes.
in pounds. I can now confirm that the Walt Disney Company spent $254 million on The Acolyte before marketing and tax credits. And this was marketed really heavily. Like, really heavily. So I'm going to say that this is probably... maybe at least $50 million for marketing. At least. It was everywhere.
Oh, and don't forget the shills. Well, the only way you know if someone is a fan, because look, if I were a fan, I would at least give them criticism, okay? I would not be accepting free gifts, okay? No. Me at least. I'd rather spend my own hard-earned money than get free stuff. Because when you get free stuff, you're bound by that contract, okay? And that's the reason why many shills attack a creator called Star Wars Theory, who openly speak out against them and against Disney and Star Wars. And here's another example. The developer who made Wonder Woman, she complained to Cyberpunk, or in this case CD Projekt Red, about the transphobia in Cyberpunk 2077. And guess what? She got free stuff. That is shilling.
It's a huge marketing push. If you can't remember, go back and, I don't know, think, like Google some, just have a look, have a think. It was everywhere. So, Headland's 170 to 180 million talking point wasn't exactly false. It was incomplete. So the number she cited only covered spending denominated in British pounds through September 2023, which is hilarious, really. An American, speaking of budgets in pounds, to American audiences and American news outlets, you can see why that was probably intentional, right? Like, it's odd for an American to talk in pounds to other Americans, right? Like, and she wouldn't be getting paid in pounds either. So that was definitely intentional. It was subversive from Disney. Definitely subversive. Very, very funny, though, to be fair. So anyway, converting currencies and accounting for additional production expenses paints a much different picture that puts the total cost of The Acolyte into sobering perspective. Mental. Actually mental. So by the time the series wrapped, The Acolyte had chewed through $250 million, putting it on par with major blockbuster films, and it looked poo. I mean, look at this person. This is Leslie Headland's wife, by the way, just as an FYI. Yeah, she cast her wife who can't act. Hilarious. But it looked crap. Like, how this had a budget equivalent to what would be a blockbuster is mental.
Don't forget about the video game industry. The video game industry is $1 billion. I don't know if they already reached $250 million. You know what? I need to check something out. 1 second, folks. Well, based on this, on 2025, the gaming industry is projected, and I do mean projected, to reach $522.5 billion globally. And The Acolyte lose like what? $250 million. That's like what? 50% from the gaming industry, or 50% less than the gaming industry.
Unadulterated retardation. And as they say, it's a breathtaking sum for a single season of television, especially one that failed to gain traction with audiences and was quickly cancelled. I mean, Disney, what are you doing? I mean, I don't care. It's not my money, but it's hilarious. And I'm here to talk about it because, my God, what are you doing? And this was terrible. Like, the numbers were awful.
Yeah.
Like, real bad. And everyone kind of rallied around it to be like, yeah, man.
No.
Yeah, like, it actually did really well. It didn't do really well. Like, you could see here, like, how it just fell on fell off the face of the planet. $250 million, right? $250 million for middling views. So The Acolyte logged 2.7 billion minutes watched in 2024. Whilst that figure technically made it the second most watched original on Disney Plus for the year, it didn't even come close to cracking the top 10 streaming originals across all platforms. Hilarious. And also, Disney barely released anything in 2024, so that's why, by default, it was the second most watched. So for context, Netflix's Love is Blind, the 10th most watched streaming original in 2024, bought 7.3 billion minutes. Nearly triple what The Acolyte did, and probably cost a fraction of the the money as well. Mental. Like, this is just, it's insane. I mean, this will go down as one of the most hilarious misfires in Star Wars and Disney history. Like, it's just, again, it's pure unadulterated retardation. Like, why would you do this?
That's true. And also, I'm probably certain that failure is gonna put in the history books as one of the most failed TV shows in centuries. Or in this case, in the 21st century at least. What do you think, folks? $250 million. Unbelievable. That was nearly close to the video game industry. I mean, wait, what, less than 50% from that? Look, I think when they started to push back all the hardcore Star Wars fans that love the show or love the series since they were kids or anything, that's when things start to go off, okay? I don't know when's the last time they stopped. Rogue One is good, for me at least. I mean, what about you guys? To all of you who left the Star Wars franchise that no longer watches, what was your last Star Wars movie or TV show? Stay in the comments. They lose $250 million and yet they're still employed. I mean, what will it take for Bob Iger to face the harsh reality? I don't know if President Trump knows about the losses, but if President Trump knows about Disney's losing $250 million, he will be pissed, folks. Now, generally, how come President Trump doesn't know about this? This kind of thing could have triggered a red flag, not just to him, but to Pam Bondi, or even the Secretary of State and Kash Patel and the FTC. How come nobody see this? That's just the legacy of The Acolyte, and it's gonna be remembered, yes, it's gonna be remembered throughout history as one of the most failed TV shows, or in this case, the most flopped TV shows in the history of the 21st century.